Welcome back to another episode of It's in the Details. As always, remember, hit the buttons, tell a friend if you're enjoying the show. We're going to start off right here. This is a spoiler alert on some Jeopardy. I don't know what world you live in. I live in a world where a spoiler alert may be required if some Jeopardy information's coming down. So you had enough time to stop, fast forward, do whatever you needed to do. Spoiler alert on Jeopardy. Amy's done, man. Amy's done. 41 games? 40 or 41 games. She's done. I'm upset. I'm a little distraught, as you can. She done. I've watched two episodes of Jeopardy since she was gone. I think there's been 4 or 5. It's like a death in the family or like a divorce. You know, it's rough. We're sad here at It's in the Details that Amy's no longer competing. We're learning all sorts of cool stuff. They give them the little 1-minute blurb to talk about themselves. Right, we were learning all sorts of cool stuff about Amy, her life, family. She lost a sister before Amy was even born, and she's been carrying her sister's thought with her throughout life and throughout the game, feeling like her sister was looking down on her. We found that out like a week before she got eliminated. She dropped this little. You've heard me talk about Amy's pop culture prowess. Apparently, she's got a girlfriend who's much younger than her, so keeps her in the know, if you will, on what's going on these streets. And we found out that she listens to Lose Yourself. She listens to Eminem talk about throwing up mom spaghetti before every episode. So that's what got her pumped up to come out here and bust some tail on the Jeopardy stage. A couple weeks ago, I talked about looking at who she was competing against and seeing who was going to be next. And a person named Rhone, R-H-O-N-E, showed up. Good look. It was a good look. He was rocking. Rhone was rocking. I think it was a brown turtleneck. Not my favorite. Bald head, thin, wonderful delivery, and some spectacular glasses. I gotta admit, when Rhone beat Amy, I thought this is a champion I could live with. There was a lot entertaining on the screen about Rhone. And I even got on Rhone's Instagram, poking around a little. I was like, this is a person I would like to watch take over the throne of Jeopardy champion. And Rhone was gone next. One day champ. You took out Amy and her 40-something wins, and you took her out, and then you took yourself out. And then I watched another episode after that episode, and the person who took out Rhone got taken out by somebody else too. So now we're just in upheaval. We got new people coming in every day. I can't get settled in the way any of these people play Jeopardy. I'm hurting, is what I'm trying to tell the people. I'm hurting. But Amy, the writing seemed to be on the wall with Amy losing, because I looked at some stats. People much nerdier than me keep stats on the performances of our Jeopardy champions. And Amy had 41 final Jeopardy questions. She was on the show for 41 episodes. She had 41 questions. And she got 28 of them correct, which is stunning. That's a lot. That's a lot of Final Jeopardy answers correctly answered. Stunning. So 13 she answered incorrectly. Now, I say she was leaking oil. 10 of those 13, 10 of the incorrect 13 answers happened in like her last 14 weeks or 14 episodes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she came out hot. She was answering every Final Jeopardy correct. And to be honest, she was blowing people away a lot of the time throughout the episode. So Final Jeopardy didn't even matter. It didn't matter. She had them doubled up so they couldn't catch. And she was banging on him with the Final Jeopardy anyway. She was banging on him with the Final Jeopardy. You know what I mean? And these last few episodes, last 7, 8, 10 episodes, 50-50. It was real sketchy, right? Real sketchy. And she was winning like $10,000, $12,000 a lot of the last few episodes because she was betting big because she was so far ahead. And she wasn't getting them right. You could feel it coming. I was nervous. I was like, oh, this is not good. And then it finally was not good. It was the ultimate not good. I'm sad. I just want to say thank you to Amy for bringing us some great, almost, I think, couple months worth of solid Jeopardy television. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't wait to see what you do next. I mean, we're going to see Amy in the Jeopardy tournaments, Tournament of Champions. She's one of the best ever. So we're going to see her, hopefully, a lot more time. She seems like she loves busting ass in Jeopardy. And now she's going to get to hopefully compete against Ken Jennings, maybe. Maybe they'll let him maybe they'll let him stop hosting for a couple episodes and compete in these tournaments. Matt Amodio, the Holtzauer dude, all the other ones that were good champions well before I really cared about the show. But I'm excited to see her come back. And who knows? Ken Jennings is a superstar. He's all over the place. He's a household name. It's probably because he was the first one. But you can't escape Ken Jennings now. And I'm hoping we can't escape Amy Schneider because she was a wonderful champion. She seems to be a very nice person. And from a Jeopardy lover, I'm wishing her all the best. On a early in the show, weirdest thing I've seen on TV, Amy was competing against a lady on Jeopardy, and there was a picture daily double that this woman had to answer. And it was a picture of a boxer, and the boxer was Larry Holmes. All right? If you don't know what Larry Holmes looks like, look him up. But the thing that stuck out to me is this woman did not know it was Larry Holmes. But she made a guess. Right? And she guessed Leon Holmes. Now, I'm assuming this lady knows a bit about boxing, and she screwed up Larry Holmes and Leon Spinks. Okay? Larry Holmes and Leon Spinks, she made him Leon instead of Larry. Or, I'm not casting any aspersions on this lady. It was just weird to me and it stuck out to me, right? Or, she saw a black dude and guessed Leon. You know what I mean? She guessed Leon. Like, you got L names for black dudes, right? Older black dude, Larry, Lloyd, right? Leon, for sure. the new age names, you got LaMarcus's and all these guys, LaShawns running around. But she went with Leon. She didn't go with Liam. You know what I mean? Her guess with a black guy on the screen was Leon. Leon. All right. So last week, we got into some CANCON, some Canadian content. I felt the need to big up some of the Canadian content, and I'm doing that again this week. Before I get into the show, I want to talk about this week. Back to Run The Burbs from last week. I'm assuming you watched, maybe you didn't. Go back, listen to me talk about Run The Burbs. But Run The Burbs, again, hilarious. I talked about a lot of things. I talked about the neighbor. I talked about the husband's friend, Cardinal Official from the first episode, all of that stuff. Great, right? What I can't believe I forgot to talk about, I've got notes on this. What I can't believe I forgot to talk about is the wife. The wife. The mom. The HR specialist. Whatever you want to call her from the show. I believe, I'm struggling on the pronunciation of her name. I think it's Reiki. Rakhee. If that's not it, no disrespect, because she is tremendous. Tremendous. I like this lady so much on this show. So much. First of all, she comes out here episode 1. They put her in a predicament. Okay, this is a mild spoiler, but it's a sitcom. Like, I mean, go get it. Go watch it. This isn't going to ruin too much. But Andrew Funk's character, the dad, gets them in a situation. He's trying to throw a block party. And they find out they don't have the right permits, right? So they need to go track down the permits. The permit that they need can only be given to one person, and it's been given to this guy who is a car racer, right? She goes to them, to the car racers, to race them for the permit, which is bonkers, okay? It's just some mom from the suburbs running up on these car racers, these street racers, to get their permit, and she wants to race them in her van, in her minivan, okay? Hilarious premise as it is already. But the way she interacts with them when she comes back home and tells the family and the people on the block that they're going to be racing in these streets for a permit, and she's going to race them in the minivan, and how she's getting ready for how she's psychologically getting ready for the race, and how she's interacting with her family. It's great. Like, the whole idea is really funny to me. But her portrayal of what is going on, physical acting, the delivery of the lines, just all of it, she is tremendous, as I said earlier. So I needed to shout her out because she's probably my favorite piece of the show. She's probably my favorite character so far. 4 or 5 episodes in, I think. 3, 4, 5 episodes in. Amazing. She's good in every episode. Her dad's, they got... Her dad is in it, a character play. You know what I'm trying to say. Her dad is funny too, but in a weird. The pacing, the tempo of his delivery is a little bit funny for me, but the interacting between the two of them is great too, and he's still funny. It's just, I don't know if it's because he is clearly. I'm not sure. I'm just going to go with I'm not sure why, but I enjoy that too. Okay? So again, Run The Burbs, check it out. The other piece of Canadian content I want to talk to the people about is TallBoyz. I don't know if you've seen TallBoyz yet. I think TallBoyz just entered its 3rd season. I've watched all of them. They're short seasons. It's a sketch comedy show. These 4 dudes got together. They've created this sketch comedy show based in the city. It's based in Toronto. And I mean, this isn't a brag or anything, but like I've seen a few of these guys around the city before, like various open mic nights and things like that. I've seen a couple of them perform live just working on stuff, and it's super funny, and from some very limited, very limited interactions, either with myself or other people, they seem like great dudes. The dudes I've seen in person, they seem like great dudes. So I've been aware of this show for a while. I really buckled down over the last year or so, got through all of them, and was pumped for this new season, which started a couple weeks ago. There's two episodes out now. So they were off the entire pandemic, and these boys been writing. They have been writing some great sketches. Now, the sketch show it's not Key and Peele. It's not the Chappelle Show. It's not in living color. It is very much their own thing. Okay? A young, fresh Canadian perspective of a sketch comedy show. And it is real good. Like, really good. And for me, exactly what you want to see from a show. Season 1, solid. Building on that success as I see it from season 1 into season 2, and now season 3, rocket ship. Just like, I'm very excited about this show. So I might put a little extra on it, but rocket ship success. Season premiere of season 3, just amazing. They've got the dad from Kim's Convenience, Paul Sun Hyung Lee. He's in the first episode, and they've built a storyline for his skits throughout the episode. So multiple appearances by him, all great. They also do a shout out. I'm going to tell you about this skit a little bit. I'm not going to dig into what it is, but they do a skit for each one of them of heroes of the pandemic. So the heroes of the pandemic is a look into what various people have been doing to survive/thrive through the pandemic. And each one of them gives a portrayal of a different character. And it is so funny. Maybe I saw myself in a couple of those characters. But the notion is that they're giving respect to the first responders, and they see themselves as the second responders. And all of the nonsense they did throughout the pandemic. And it just really, really made me laugh. What they also did too was the best piece of product placement I've ever enjoyed in television. And this is a full service call out from me, because many of you may not have any idea how to get their episodes and their shows. And their product placement was for the CBC Gem app, which, as they told us a couple times throughout the episode, Netflix for Canada, or Canadian Netflix, right? So they placed that in the show, I think it was 2 or 3 times perfectly. Wasn't sleazy, wasn't cringeworthy, like oh man, they're selling us something right now. No, it was done so perfectly that it made me smile too. Like, on top of all the other funny stuff that they're doing. It just really strong. And the last piece. These boys, diverse cast. Just all different backgrounds, these 4 guys, right? And what they do is they're writing these sketches talking about real issues in society at large, in Canada specifically, First Nations issues, pandemic issues, as I mentioned, policing issues. They tackle all of these things with a wonderful comedic bent. They're really giving you your medicine. They're serving you up that medicine with some sugar on it, in the form of some brilliant comedy. And there are some places where there's no time for laughter. We're making a point. We're driving it home. And once that silence has really hit, here, have a chuckle. Let's finish the sketch with a little chuckle. Just so good. There was even one from season 2 where I don't know if the gentleman is Vietnamese. I'm not sure. I think the character he portrayed in the sketch is Vietnamese. But a discussion on this character having a son and trying to figure out what to name him in Canada, right? A very real situation. People of my generation, kids a little bit younger, people a little bit older, who lived in Canada and would like to stay strong with their heritage and their culture, but also want to give their child the path of least resistance, if you will, as they move through society here in Canada. And it was a very interesting topic for them to broach and figure out how to make funny. And for me, they're doing it on a high level, like a really high level. And I'm excited to see where the show goes. And really, I do a lot of this stuff hoping that you'll see the thing and you'll like the thing. Me talking about TallBoyz is a selfish endeavor, okay? I need all of you to go watch TallBoyz. Tell people to watch TallBoyz so we can keep getting more TallBoyz. So I can keep getting more TallBoyz, right? So do me a solid and go watch some TallBoyz on the CBC Gem app. Because I don't think you're going to be disappointed. It's a sketch show. Every sketch is not going to be a home run. Every sketch is not going to be for you, right? But just settle in and see that most of them are going to be for you when you're done with the show. But I loved it. I loved it. I love it. I want more of it. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me on another episode of It's in the Details. As always, smash them buttons, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we'll see y'all in a week. Take care. Peace.